welcome to Alchemistry. So sorry for late electrochemistry video and I couldn't make the video. So here it is, the electrochemistry chapter. I have taken, as usual, I have taken the 10 questions and I will give you the PDF where few questions will be solved, few where will be unsolved. You can solve the unsolved question by seeing my videos. Also, you will get the idea how to solve, or you can solve it by yourself. On in the unsolved question, the answers are given. If you want to see the explanation or how we are solving the question, then you can go for my videos. So let's see what we have in our first question. In our first question, we have electrolysis involved oxidation and reduction respectively. So this one is very a class 10 level question. This is what are the involved reaction in anode or cathode? We know at anode we do oxidation and at cathode we do reduction. So here the answer will be oxidation we will do at anode and reduction we will do at cathode. So this one is next. In next case we have the question. We have the question, the unit of conductance. We have the question, the unit of conductance is dash and that of specific conductance is dash. A galvanic cell stops after some time because. So if you go for the option, you can see here first option, ohm inverse is the unit of conductance. So as we know, conductance is the opposite of resistance. So if we have R, so opposite of R will be the conductance. So R to the power minus 1 is equals to conductance. So the unit of conductance will be the resistance. That one is ohm inverse, Siemens or mho. And the unit for specific conductance will be ohm inverse, centimeter inverse. A galvanic cell stops after some time because a galvanic cell means there is a electrode difference between two electrodes, and if there is reaction potential difference between two electrodes, so there will be passing of current. If that electrode potential, the difference of electrode potential becomes zero, the potential difference becomes zero, then after some time the galvanic cell will stop. So here option A will be the correct option. Ohm inverse, centimeter inverse, and potential difference becomes zero. Going for the next question. Okay, here the options I have written. We will calculate it. When 2 faradays of electricity is passed through an aqueous solution of copper sulfate and an aqueous solution of AgNO3, atomic weight of copper is given in mole inverse, and okay, so when Faraday of electricity is passed, 2 Faraday of electricity, so 2F through an aqueous solution of copper sulfate and aqueous solution of AgNO3, the amount of copper and amount of silver got precipitated. So 2 Faraday electricity will be carried out by 2 electrons. So if we are taking the copper 2 plus, it has accepted 2 electrons, so it will be converted into copper solid. And if we have Ag plus, and it will accept 1 electron, then it will convert into 1 mole of silver. So 2 electron will be needed to deposit 1 mole of copper, 1 electron needed to deposit 1 mole of silver. So 2 electron if we are using, then 2 mole of silver got deposited, then 1 mole of copper will deposited. That means 63.5 gram per mole inverse will get deposited. And if 1 mole is 108 gram per mole, then for silver, how much mole will got deposited? 108 into 2 gram per mole is the molecular mass. So here how much will got deposited? 2 into 108 into 2, that will be 216 gram silver will got deposited. So it's a very easy question. Going for the next question, we have the mass, and here the mass of copper deposited at the anode is. So here the question is which of that will be the correct one. The mass will be deposited, we have seen already, the mass will be deposited is 63.50 gram. So here the answer will be 63.50 gram. And in the next question we have that the mass of silver deposited. So the mass of silver deposited will be 616 gram. So that all will be small g, not capital G. So here that this is not made properly. This is for your understanding only. So that's why please consider that. Conductivity of a solution is directly proportional to dilution, number of ions, current density, volume of the solution. So at first you can see it, and you may think that all the can be correct, nearly true, because conductivity of a solution is directly proportional to, yes, it is directly proportional to number of ion. Then it can be going for current density also, volume of the solution, and dilution. Look, dilution means when dilution has increased. Dilution increased means that the number of ions per volume, per unit volume, will decreases, and number of ion is directly present here in the option B. So here the option will be with which the amount of conductivity, the conductivity directly proportional. So for this question the answer will be number of ion. With number of ion, the conductivity will be directly proportional. In our next question we have, if, okay, here is told lambda infinity of molecular conductance of HCl, sodium chloride, sodium acetate are given. So if we are taking the ions only according to Kohlrausch's law, HCl, if we take the ions only, H plus Cl minus. For sodium chloride ions we will get sodium plus Cl minus. For sodium acetate, CH3COO Na, for that we will get the ion as CH3CO2 minus plus sodium plus. So whenever we have the ions, we can take like H plus, we have chloride, sodium plus chloride, acetate, and sodium plus again. Calculate the value of lambda infinity of molar conductance of acetic acid, CH3CO2H. So that one will dissociate into ions. Like we can take the molar conductance according to Kohlrausch law at infinite dilution, summation of its ionic conductance. So CH3CO2 minus plus ionic conductance of H plus. Here we have the value of H plus Cl minus, that one is 425. We have the value of sodium plus chloride minus 128, and for acetate and sodium plus having value 96. So we need the acetate, so we need to add 96. Then we need the sodium plus, we need to add any one of that sodium plus, not we need H plus, so we need to add the value 425 also. So with sodium, with acetate and with H plus, extra is chloride ion and sodium ion, and that extra can be cancelled out by subtracting 128. And the unit will be followed ohm inverse, centimeter square, mole inverse. So doing this sum, whatever value will get, that will be the answer. So going for the next question quickly. A solution of copper sulfate is electrolyzed for 10 minutes with a current. Whenever there is any equation where we have to use the equation that I into T is equal to Q, for this type of equation, or Z into I into T is equal to Q, always put the T value, the time value, in second unit. So if we are putting it in second unit, if we have 10 minutes means 10 into 60, that means 600 seconds, and 1.5 ampere of electricity. So 1.5 ampere of electricity. What is the mass of the copper deposited at cathode? So total amount of charge we are using is 600 into 1. Okay, so we have that 600 second into 1.5 ampere, and we will get the Q in Coulomb unit, and it will come as 900 Coulomb. So once we got the 900 Coulomb of charge, we know 96500 Coulomb give us 1 electron, means 1 Faraday, that actually reflects 1 electron. So 900 Coulomb divided by 96500, you will get some Faraday of electricity. And we know for copper sulfate, copper 2 plus 2 electron to copper, for this deposition we need 2 Faraday electricity. By this amount of Faraday electricity, then 96500, that will we will get. So if 2 Faraday electricity we need, to deposit 1 mole, means 63.5 gram of copper, then how much will dissociate by 900 divided by 96500 Faraday of electricity. So that will be our calculation. Whatever value you will get, that will be your answer. Let's see what value will come. So here, after calculating 900 divided by 96500, we will get 0.0093 Faraday of electricity. So 0.0093 Faraday will deposited near about 0.04 something mole of copper. So that one will be 0.04 into 63.5 gram of copper. So we will get actually 0.004 mole of copper, and that will be 0.004 into 63.5 gram copper will get deposited. In our next question, we have assertion is given. One of the assertion is given, and in this assertion you can see that assertion is to obtain maximum work from a galvanic cell, charge has to be passed reversibly. Reason, cell is equal to decrease in its Gibbs energy. So it is told to obtain maximum work from a galvanic cell, charge has to be passed reversibly. Cell is equal to decrease in its Gibbs energy. So here the option will be both assertion and reasons are true, and reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. Next question, the standard electrode potential is given for few metals. The standard electrode potentials are -1.2, 0.6, 0.85 volt and 0.76 respectively. The sequence of deposition of metals on applying potential sequence. So more the positive value of standard potential, more easily it will get deposited. So if we go for the values, and here if you see the values, first the positive values and then we'll take the negative values. So C, B, D, A, option C will be the correct option. I hope most of the concepts are clear, and I have discussed concept wise questions also in my previous video revision. The concept first, then according to the concept I have discussed the question. If you have not seen it, see the video. And here just only 10 questions I have solved, many type of 10 questions, taking assertion reason type questions also. And you can see the PDF, the documents from the description box, the link is given, and there are many more questions are given. Solve and unsolved question. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, subscribe to my channel, and if this video a little helpful for you, please give a like, and thank you very much for watching.